Leo rising, this September eclipse will shake the balance between you and your relationship. On one side, your self-identity, health, and personal direction. On the other side, your relationships, your business partners, or even your public image. Something about how you see yourself may end, and something how you relate to others might begin. And the effects of this eclipse won't be short-term, they might unfold for up to 6 months. Why eclipses feel unstable? Eclipses happen when Sun and Moon aligns with Rahu and Ketu, the karmic points of growth and release. They don't create random events, they push forward what was already shaky. In your case, weak parts of relationships might collapse, or an outdated self-image might no longer hold. At the same time, new roles and relationships might enter your life quickly. That's why the eclipses feel so destabilizing. They speed up changes you can't fully control. What that means for Leo rising? For Leo rising, Rahu is in your 7th house. This is the growth through partnerships, romantic, business, collaborations, and public image. Ketu is in your 1st house. This is the release of your self-image, ego, and the need to always define yourself by personal control. Here is how this can show up in your life. You may no longer see yourself the old way. The old, I must do everything alone mindset might fade. You may let go of a look or lifestyles that no longer serves you. A physical reset, new style, health changes, or even weight shifts. Old routines might end. You might find new habits that depend on accountability with a partner, like a trainer or a coach, instead of doing it solo. A relationship can end up suddenly, especially if it was one-sided, or a new one could enter as quickly, pushing you to unfamiliar territory. If you resisted commitment, you might be pulled toward it. If you clung to an unhealthy dynamic, it may fall apart. You may step into a contract, joint venture, or a public role that changes the way others see you. Others might project new roles onto you as a leader, partner, or a representative, even if you don't feel ready. The first 2 weeks between the 1st and 2nd eclipse are the most stable, and this will happen between September 7 and September 21st. During this time, you may notice a sudden breakup or the beginning of a new relationship. Pressure to sign a contract, a partnership, or end one. Health and energy fluctuations, drained one day and restless the second one. Identity confusion, questioning like, who am I without a partner, or who am I without outside approval? What should you do? Don't rush into commitments or breakups during the eclipse season. Wait until the dust settles. Watch your health. Don't ignore sudden drops in your energy. Reflect on boundaries. Ask your questions, where do I end? Where does the other person begin? When we analyze the eclipses, we also check the rulers of Rahu and Ketu. And this year it's Saturn and Sun. For Leo rising, the 1st house is ruled by Sun, which is also the Lagnesh, the chart ruler itself. This eclipse makes even things more personal. It's hit your identity, health, vitality, and how you present to the world. If your Sun is strong, you will handle identity changes with confidence. Even if your relationship shift, you know how to stand tall and adapt. If your Sun is weak, you may feel invisible or overly dependent on your partner's validation. If your Saturn is strong, your partnership brings structure, long-term loyalty, and stability. If Saturn is weak, relationships might feel heavy, controlling, or unreliable. This eclipse season is teaching balance, neither losing yourself in others, nor isolating yourself from them. When analyzing the effects of eclipses, we also need to check the 2 other important transits of Saturn and Jupiter. Saturn will highlight areas of life where you need to practice patience, limitations, and structure. Jupiter, on the other hand, is the planet which brings growth and opportunities. Saturn is in Pisces in your 8th house since April 2025. This aid weights to your shared money, intimacy, and transformations. For example, a partner's financial and/or emotional issue may force you to address trust and responsibility. Jupiter is in your 11th house in Gemini. This brings opportunities in networking, collaborations, friendships, or long-term goals. For example, one-to-one relationships might feel heavy, but friendship or groups open new doors and support. Together, Saturn forces you to face deeper relationship challenges, while Jupiter reminds you that support and opportunities come from your larger communities. How to handle this eclipse season? Don't cling to your self-image. Allow yourself to evolve. Pay attention to your health. Physical shifts are tied to your identity shifts. Be honest in the relationships. If something is broken, face it. Don't isolate yourself. Growth comes through connection, even if it feels uncomfortable. Ask yourself, am I defining myself only through my partner or only through independence? Balance is the key. So, Leo rising, this September eclipse asks you to release old ways of seeing yourself and grow through partnership. It may feel like tug of war between independence and commitment. But the more you allow change, the easier this season will be. In the next video, we will look what this eclipse season means for Virgo rising.